and I was here at 6:30. But and I've got two little boys with me too, who I had to get dressed and bring down. Anyway, welcome to the Naralo Showcase Anniversary Outreach Event, celebrating 5 years of the RALOs. My name is Garth Bruen. I am the new chair of Naralo. And I have the honor of honoring you, the community. And for a fantastic event with a great agenda, some live music, some lovely dancers, and refreshments. But most importantly, we have some fantastic speakers. And first and foremost, I have the privilege of introducing ICANN's new president and CEO, Fadi.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Garth, and congratulations. I will start off my notes for a minute to just tell you, I had a chance to speak with Garth in the last few weeks. We had a bit of a discussion. And I must, in front of all of you, tell you that I personally deeply appreciate what he does. And I think that people may complain about the number of complaints he sends our way. But I tell them, he's doing our work. He's doing our work. So, thank you. And you have my commitment to make sure that your work gets where it needs to get, to be heard, and to be incorporated in what we do. So, we need more Garths. We need more people doing this good work so that we can clean up and make sure that this enterprise works for everybody. So thank you for that. I have a lot of things prepared, but I know that I stand between you and some pretty good drinks and fun things. So I can do the formal thing and tell you how delighted I am to be here for the 5th anniversary of Naralo's. And I'll tell you, this is incredible. What you guys have done in a few years to create this structure and to take it global is amazing. It's just amazing. And it really, as I said the other day when I met with some of you here, it's the legitimacy of ICANN that you are here doing what you're doing. And the moment you stop doing what you're doing and you stop growing these ALSs around the globe and feeding this structure that actually gets heard at ICANN. And I'll make sure it gets heard, although you have some pretty good people representing you on our board, and they make sure you get heard. So thank you to Sébastien, who's here. We hear you. So I want to say this again. The importance of your structures gives us, in my opinion, the best possible way to achieve the balance I told you is on my mind today. Because you bring a perspective that one could argue is the most disinterested perspective in the ICANN stakeholder community. You're not a business. You're not trying to make money out of this. You're not trying to influence others so that you can strengthen your positions. You're just trying to do the basic right thing for the users of the internet. When I met with various SO and AC chairs, yours is the only one who said, the real customer of ICANN is the user. And by the way, the others didn't necessarily say that. Some thought it's the registrant, some thought it's the registries and the registrars, but Olivier is the one who stood up and said, no, your real customer, your serving is the user. So you have 2 billion customers, and you have 4 billion you haven't reached yet because you're not good enough. And he's right, and he's right. So I want to congratulate you on the incredible progress. I just got some statistics here that amazed me, that the ALAC in 2002 produced how many policy advice statements? 0. Big fat 0. And then in 2011, 40.
Yeah.
And in 2012, 37. So most likely you'll break that record as well. So this, and these things are not taken lightly, and they won't be taken lightly by the board or by me. We believe your advice is very helpful and is very balancing. So keep it coming. I know Olivier keeps you guys working pretty hard from what I hear. And I hope, as he said, and I heard him say that the work of creating these statements also moves to the RALOs. So they take ownership of this. So it's not, even in the most bottom-up of all bottom-up organizations, that work truly comes from the bottom up. And truly comes from all of you and what moves you to tell us to do the right thing. Your voice is important. You have my commitment to hear it. I believe my partner now, absolutely my partner, Steve Crocker on the board, is equally committed to you and to this voice. And together, we will take it to the next stage. You heard me today introduce my new leadership team. And it may look like I just got a new set of cooks in the kitchen, but it's actually a lot more than that. I did not replace many positions on that stage today. Sally Custerton's position didn't exist before. Is Sally here, by the way?
Yes.
Hi, Sally. Come on up so they can all see you. I know it's been a long day, but this is the best part of it. So Sally's position didn't exist before. There she is. For the first time, we have a Chief Stakeholder Engagement Officer. We have a person in my office whose sole job is to engage with you, is to listen to you. And one of the big things you saw under her box in my slides, capacity building. Capacity building, not just outreach, more than outreach. Because outreach is a one-way activity. Capacity building has to produce results. We have to see the number of participants grow. We have to see the quality of participants grow. We have to give them the tools and the capabilities, so it is not a struggle to participate at ICANN. That's what Sally will be doing. So use her and abuse her. That's her job. That's her job. The second person you saw on stage today is Jean-François Barry. And Jean-François Barry is coming to help me as a senior business executive, because even though in this forum we want to succeed as users in getting our voice heard, but I promise today, multi-equal stakeholder. So we also need to give the people involved in the promulgation of the DNS in the world their due support. And Jean-François would help us do that better, so that Sally and Tarek can focus on what they're doing. So we built a leadership team, frankly, that has been involved in very, very successful things. We have the experience. We know what we need to do. We're not going to waste your time with a lot of talk. We're getting to work. As Olivier reminded me, today is my 40th day on the job, and he's hoping that after Toronto, I don't start counting backwards. That I don't start saying I have, 642 days to go. And I won't. I mean, if it's anything like the first 40 days, I'm exhilarated, I'm energized, I feel great. I feel very lucky, very fortunate, really, deeply so, deeply so. Your welcome and your kindness and all the facets of this community, as I mentioned, from the work Garth does to the work Olivier does to the work I'm sure each of you contributes. It's what makes us so unique. There's nothing like this on the planet. I'm glad to be here. Have a wonderful party tonight. Have a wonderful party.
Thank you very much, Fadi. Fadi and I realized that we were both Boy Scouts as children, and that commitment to the community is something that never goes away. And my next speaker was somebody who I was trying to track down for the last 3 days. He was always running from place to place, and he's a very busy guy, so we should all feel very lucky to have him. It's the chairman of the board of directors of ICANN, Steve Crocker.
Thank you, Garth. Running back and forth, my appointments were scheduled at opposite ends of the quarter, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's been kind of a long day. And I came here prepared to say a number of positive things, and then when I arrived, I discovered that I was scheduled after Fadi. And he calls me a partner, but we're going to drop the pretense. This is getting old. He stole all my good lines. I've spent the time. I've put in a lot of energy. I've watched ALAC grow over a long period of time from a desire, basically, to a really powerful organization. I must admit, with a degree of skepticism, I asked them, so what are you going to do after you become real? And sat on the board with representatives of Wendy Seltzer, Vanda Scartazzini, and others,